like this? How many dudes you know flow like this? Not many, infinity, not many, infinity. How many dudes you know got the skills to go and rock a show like this?
It's late afternoon in Otara, South Auckland, and the streets are filling up with restless youths gearing up for a big night.
With these two tools, it could get you a living.
Doing what? Doing what?
Good things.
Good things.
These two tools will get you on a pursuit with 2 cop cars, maybe 4 if you're lucky. You clamp it on, and then you...
This boy tells me that when he spots a car he wants, he just takes it.
What you do, set up there, you put this in, and boom, you're gone. You're gone.
Many of these boys belong to the Killer Bees, one of several dozen new gangs creating a law and order nightmare for the police in South Auckland.
What's it like being around here?
Being around here, it's beautiful. Yeah. This is what we call gangster paradise. Around here is just fun.
So what, do you go to school? You go to school?
Nah.
How old are you?
16.
When did you leave school?
Last year. Well, reason why, because just because the way we live out here, we like to steal cars. We like to creep and crawl, rob people. Reason why? Because we got no money. But now we looking like you got gold, got the money. But you know.
So you're not worried about getting, getting in trouble, getting arrested?
The police always look at us. They want to chase us, but you know, they try to chase us. They can't catch us.
The police. So I gotta say to the police.
We've always had youth gangs in Auckland, but nothing to the magnitude as what we're seeing at the moment. A lot of these youth gangs are basing themselves on the LA gangster scene, and we'd estimate across Auckland at the moment there would be in excess of 2,000 youth gang members. We've profiled 1,500 of those.
It only just now that we're beginning to realise, hey, we've got a problem. But I think that recognise it and do something about it, rather than trying to hush and keep it quiet. No, we don't have that. We don't have a problem. We're in a bad way, because guarantee you further down track we will reap the consequences.
New Zealand is already reaping the consequences. These kids show no fear of the police. Most of them are high, either from sniffing petrol or taking methamphetamine.
I thought you were selling it. What type of drug are you on?
One boy, not even in his teens, is carrying a knife, and then I feel a hand dart into my pocket.
What do you got? Come on, man. What'd you grab?
I realise later that they stole some of my camera equipment, but I decide it's safer not to make a fuss.
Usually, if you stay tuned till tonight, if you are here until tonight, you're going to see a lot of fascinating action. It's like a movie around here. Just stand there, you're gonna see people getting shot with paintballs. You're gonna see cops chasing cars. Why? Because probably one of us is gonna be in the cars with someone's handbag, and then look, we got the money, got the loot. You know, get away from and not so long. You might see some fights around here. The fights get ugly.
Who do you fight? Who do you fight?
We fight like rivals, like people that hate on our
like these little niggas, like these
people
little
that hate on our turf.
These are called little homies.
The youth gangs of today, which come mainly from economically deprived areas, form for the same reason. A lot of them come from dysfunctional families, where there's no central male figure in the family, there's no structure in the family, and they drift into the gangs, which are really just copycat versions of what they see on TV and on videos, and they're trying to mimic these kinds of images because they have nothing else.
What Killer Bees is all about? Money. I know, love for the block, you know. Killer Bees is all like about family. Yeah, it's family, it's brotherhood. It's brotherhood.
This is Speedy. He's second in command of the Killer Bees.
You want to see the gangster side of me? Yeah. I'm a motherfucking Killer Bee, Speedy Guns, what? You meth, NE, motherfuckers know what's up. Those aces representing this motherfucker. You meth, back up in this motherfucker. Yeah, so I thought I rap to survive. I motherfucking rap to survive, yeah. Every day you see me on the... Nah.
So can I ask, why do you Why do you look to American rap culture? Like,
America. America. Everyone says that we're trying to be like America. America want to be like us.
Our view is that they should be banned. Gangs, just as terrorist organisations, should be seen for what they are. They are our domestic terrorists. They are the people who terrorise our communities, who prey off of people, who commit crime in order to better themselves, their own lifestyle, and to satisfy their own need and greed. We should be simply outlawing them and making it illegal for anyone to be a member of any named gang.
The cops don't even know what my...
Gangster rapping juveniles, like the Killer Bees, are a new problem in New Zealand, but ethnic gangs are not. This is the traditional face of New Zealand's gang culture. Dennis Makalio is from the mongrel mob, and he thinks he knows why new street gangs are springing up.
People are bored, you know. Kids are bored. I mean, they're not going to just sit back because someone else has got a vision saying that's naughty or that's bad or whatever. Hey, they're fucking bored. You know, if they can see rappers from overseas that can be the baddest of the baddest and become multi-millionaires, well, you know, maybe that's their dream. Oh,
Why not?
Well, why not? You'd be silly not to go there. we can go around grandma's house and watch you do the knitting all fucking day. Go, give it. Give it. Faster.
Dennis has invited me to the mongrel mob's clubhouse in Pororua, not far from the capital Wellington.
Now, headbutt it now, bro. Go.
When someone proves he has what it takes to be a mungie, or a dog, as the gang members call themselves, he's patched up, entitled to wear the gang's emblem on his clothes or tattoos.
A couple of the old presidents here. Old Blue and Aikadake.
Dennis has been in the mongrel mob for more than 30 years. 8 of them he spent in jail for a range of violent crimes.
A lot of these fellas are old now, either passed away or have moved on.
The mongrel mob and their arch-rivals Black Power have always instilled fear in New Zealanders.
The indigenous people of New Zealand.
These big gangs, the Black Power and the mongrel mob, are very much like the old Maori tribes. And the way they fight, the way they war with one another, simply because you belong to a different banner, is just the way the Maori tribes used to fight in the past.
Criminologist Greg Newbold spent 5 years in prison for dealing heroin in the 1970s, and he met many gang members in jail.
It was a bad day. It turned out well.
He's now an associate professor at the University of Canterbury in Christchurch.
I think the mob's probably less threatening than it was before, because a lot of the leaders are making money out of enterprise, probably drug dealing mainly, marijuana or amphetamines. And the leadership doesn't want the hassles, which is going to interfere with their profits.
Yeah, you know what it is. And notorious elite, black, get money, click.
The police accuse the mongrel mob and other adult gangs of using youths like these to carry out their criminal activities.
One of the concerns that we have with the youth gangs is that they are tied in with the adult gang scene, the ethnic gangs. And we are aware...
The older traditional ones?
The older traditional gangs, the adult patched gangs. We're aware that they are being used as a fertile breeding ground for recruitment into the adult gang scene.
Order! Because nothing's happened. Let's just say, the member doesn't want to know.
There's now a lot of tough talk about cracking down on gangs in New Zealand.
Please, will you throw some of them out?
Parliament is discussing new anti-gang legislation which would extend police powers and increase prison terms for gang members. Leading the charge is Ron Mark, an MP from the Conservative New Zealand First Party. He thinks gangs should be banned outright.
We believe once you have that law in place, then you have the power, the police then have the power to arrest anybody who's wearing gang paraphernalia and professing to be a member of a gang and locking them up. And you start to knock it down that way.
The idea of banning gangs or banning patches is ridiculous. It could never, ever succeed. What would happen if you just, even if you just identified a single gang and outlawed the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club? They'd just change their name. Hells Angels Pony Club. That'd be the end of that. It would be ridiculous. They don't have public membership lists. And so ban their patches. Okay, big deal. So they won't wear their patches. Then you don't know who they are. It makes the police's job harder.
I mean, who's going to gain from it? If he wanted to outlaw all this, who's going to gain from it? It's just fucking brownie points. You know, it's just showing, you know, I mean, like, who really gives a fuck? If you ask the community, the people of New Zealand themselves, the majority of them will, you know, as long as we're not involved, who really gives a fuck?
Well, he was saying that people find you intimidating, people find you, you know, frightening, and that you are involved in criminal activity, and that's why he wants to see an end to that.
Oh, how many people in New Zealand you think find the police intimidating? Eh? I mean, you see it every day. Getting beaten up, chasing our kids and making out they pulled back until they crash and die. And, I mean, what a lot of fucking shit.
But while the political debate rages around the capital, back in South Auckland, practical steps are being taken.
So last week we had like indoor gridiron with the bibs and all that. And,
Tia and Johnson are youth workers who drive around the hotspots in Otara, trying to make friends and offering positive role models to vulnerable kids.
How's school, right?
I just finished having a fight.
With who?
I fought for my dude, tried to smash him. Nah, because he came up to me and then he hit me, and then I turned around and then he cheap shotted me.
So he punched you?
And he got me over here.
What's his name?
I love him.
What's his name?
Nathan.
And
What is he?
John smashed him.
Oh, which John?
No, John smashed him. They're going.
Where they gone? Are they going back that way?
No, they're gone over. Can you see that up?
Although they've had some success with certain children, as we drive around their beat, it feels like they're losing the bigger battle.
The area we just passed, there's been a lot of violence, a lot of gang confrontation.
Yeah, so they left.
They left.
And then the other house on the other side too moved
See on
up.
the left here, there's a lot of, this is where it all happens. As you can see by the houses and people looking up. If you want to keep your camera low, this is,
The gangs have turned several of the houses around here into drive-through drug supermarkets.
the next house, the next door, this house,
and the next one,
and these two state houses here on the left. Now we were turning left, David. It's pretty dangerous because you're gonna see all the sellers,
or the drive-through, or the McDonald's.
The McDonald's drive-through.
Drive-through.
You're gonna see we're going with it. So now.
So don't film any of that.
I reckon now, mate, because they're looking. So there you can see the boys there.
Yeah.
It's been going quite well.
Tia and Johnson are part of a government-funded group called Youth Corps 274. Their headquarters is a drop-in centre on an industrial estate.
Slide. Yeah, slide your way. Then slide. Okay. Hey. Boom. Boom.
It's a safe place for kids who want to have some fun without getting mixed up in gangs.
Hey. Boom. Boom.
It was started by a man who has spent 30 years trying to rescue the lost boys of South Auckland.
The community of Otara need to rise up and start asking some questions, some serious questions. You know, in 10 years' time, are we going to face a worse old problem? If we're going to, if things are going to get worse, what are we going to do now to stop it from happening?
Sully Paya should know all about gangs. 30 years ago, he was in a motorcycle gang called the Stormtroopers. But these days, he doesn't get to ride his bike very often.
I'm going to blow off some cobwebs.
With Sully taking a spin around the block, it gives me a chance to meet Sam, a troubled boy that Sully has taken under his wing.
Just a little thug from Otara.
You're a little thug from Otara?
Easy.
What do you do?
My shout outs to my mum, my uncle Nathan from Aussie. Yeah, representing Otara.
So what do you, when you say you're a little thug from Otara, what do you do?
Steal bikes, drinking.
Drinking?
Yeah.
Bit young to drink, aren't you? Huh?
Smoking.
Bit young to smoke, aren't you?
For that now.
Eh?
They don't smoke anymore.
How old are you?
10.
10. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
Carpenter homie.
A carpenter homie?
Yeah, homes.
So you want to be a carpenter?
Yo.
And why is that?
Because my dad was one.
Where's your dad?
In jail.
What's he in jail for?
Can't see.
Okay. But he's been in for a long time?
He's going for 7 years. Yeah.
You go to visit him?
Nah.
No? Why
They
not?
know what prison he's in.
And what about your mum? What's she do?
She helped me out, tries to keep me out of trouble, looks after me, look after me. Yeah. Hey.
That was good. As long as he hangs around with us, he'll be all right. Hey, Sam. Yeah, he's part of us. And we try to keep him in our circle as much as possible. And Sam's a good kid. All of them are. Just need a bit of direction.
The kids that come to 274 are given plenty of direction and can follow their interests, whether it's woodwork, boxing, mechanics or dance.
Creme de la creme, homie.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Each year, if they work hard enough, these dancers have a chance to compete in the International Hip-Hop Championships in Los Angeles. But the reality of life on the streets of Otara is never far away. Last week, Sully's own home was burgled and his son's life threatened.
Yeah, it was a home invasion. Came in, knocked on the door, the back door was not locked, so they just ran in, and there was 5 of them. 1 was waiting outside, 4 went inside, and they didn't know that my son was inside. And then he ran out and they took off, ran. My son took off 2 of them, but he pulled a knife on him.
His son has just spotted one of his assailants at the local mall. Sully and his team spring into action.
What are we going to do? Shall we stop him up there? Okay. We don't want to make a scene out of it, just undercover. And I've already contacted the police. I'm just waiting for them to get here. So
did you get a look at them? I just want to see, because I think there's only one.
Yeah, we'll just get that one.
That's the main one. Yeah. That's the one that pulled out the knife.
They realise the boy must have gone to the park. Part of the team fans out on foot, and we drive around the other way to stop them escaping.
Like a special forces operation.
Well, sometimes you do what you have to, you know?
Yeah.
The police are busy, they're tied up. The thing that annoys me is the fact that they said to my son, because my son said the police is coming, and they said to him, what can the police do? So...
Time to set them straight.
Yeah. Now, you need to be low-key.
Yep.
You pulled a knife on my son?
I'm sorry. I was trying to get away.
You just made a bad mistake. Do you know it was my house?
Yeah.
Who told you it was my house?
No, I didn't know it was your house. We just all went there with them.
Okay.
I'm not lying.
The fact that you pulled a knife on my son.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
You're sorry that you got caught.
Yeah.
You weren't really sorry. You're only sorry that you got caught.
There is still no sign of the police, and as backup arrives, Sully is working on his own strategy to deal with this young hoodlum.
All right? I tell you what, you guys have just made a very bad mistake.
I didn't know it was your house.
Whether it's my house or someone else's house, you know, you've done a bad thing. Okay? And you're gonna end up in prison for doing that. All right? Yeah. Now that I've caught up with you, I want to make sure. What do you think I should do? You tell me, because right now I'm angry. So you tell me what I should do right now. Hey? What gang are you connected with?
I'm not connected in gang. I just went. I came out of Boise. It's not long ago. I was with some gangs.
Yeah.
Beast, White Beast in it.
Where do you know him from?
Just lives up there.
So who took my clothes? Where's my daughter's clothes? Who's the little guy that took the bag and stuff?
Jordan. He's from Ferguson.
Yeah. Can you pass this message on to him?
Yeah, okay. I'll get all the
The
clothes.
best thing that you guys can do, the four of you,
Yeah, I'll get
is
it all
come
back.
down and see me, okay?
Yeah, I'll get it all back.
And I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you go today.
Yeah, catch me
On
at that.
condition that you do this for me. You guys come down and make peace with me, okay?
Yeah.
Now, you need to apologize to my son, because he's small, but, you know, he's angry. That's life in Otara, you know? And right now I'm angry and I'm ready to pounce. And
but you're showing a lot of remarkable restraint, really. You know, was that hard to do?
Very hard.
Yeah.
That was very hard. But sometimes you have to figure out a plan that's going to work for us. Because if I get the police involved, they'll take them away. What good does that do?
Not all New Zealanders share Sully's compassion for troublemakers. All too many have just written them off.
We have tried, this country has tried on many occasions to work with the gangs, to understand them, to coordinate resources, to assist them, to change their lives, and frankly, looking back on all of that, it appears to be a complete waste of time.
As far as I'm concerned, like I says, they're just a whole lot of different groups that just need that loving. Majority of them most probably will turn to gangs. I mean, what else is there for them?
What you want to do? What do you want to be doing in 10 years?
10 years time. What's the purpose of life, eh?
Don't know.
Where's the amazement in that? Honestly, where's the amazement?